Good?
Insert your appropriate daytime.
Tactician. We finally got the 1.17 update and the patch notes have been released too, so let's use the next 60 seconds to insert them in your heads so that you don't have to. Asmodai apparently couldn't decide whether he wants to bonk the heretic or bonk the heretic, so he went for a dual bonking option. Awesome! Speaking of Asmodai, we get a new Dank Angles hero, Asmodai. Looks like he'll be released through a premium battle pass like Azrael and Death Pooper were, with the same "you can earn his shards via a small event and in the infected tournament" shenanigans that let us free-to-players get about half of the shards needed, and then we need to wait for the hero to appear in a shop or in a requisition drop pod. Looking at his abilities, I'd say he has a decent PvP potential, both in the shit mode with the devs shifting its balance towards melee heroes, and in the Guild Wars with his ability to designate a target to get face surprise fornicated by Ragnar even more. Can also be used on turn 5 with a follow-up Babytor drop against raid bosses, I reckon. So yeah, more buy to win. Thank you, Snowprint!
Boo!
Look! Elite campaign stages will finally award more Battle Pass progress compared to normal stages, as they should have from day one. Thumbs up on this one. New Guild Raid Boss. The Avatar of Cain, with Aethana and Eldrion as his side chicks.
I think Eldrion might object to being called a side chick.
Fair enough, he definitely is a main chick.
That's not quite what I meant.
But he's totally the Astolfo of Tacticus.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Anyway, our Eldari heroes will presumably refuse to fight the Avatar, so depending on the exact mechanics of the fight, which some of the partnered content creators will no doubt publish very soon, if they won't be leaked by the pleb data miners before that, we may need to come up with new and exciting ways to raid boss, such as use Dorkstrider or Kalgar to buff instead. Next point of business. Slight updates to the Guild Wars, new zones with new effects replacing a supply depot and one artillery and one AA position. One armory increases the armor of the defenders in the neighboring zones.
Doesn't an armory actually contain and issue weapons too?
And 2 troop garrisons. They spawn 2 Guardsmen, Cadians, for the neighboring zones defenders, or 3 Guardsmen if both the garrisons' effects overlap.
Assuming they are going to recycle Cadians, Yarrick and Creed will love defending these zones.
This looks like another argument for my suggestion of doubling the size of the battlefield from 3 zones wide and 5 zones deep to 5 zones wide and 6 zones deep, because with the increased variability in the zones, there will be multiple fun and interesting ways to make life harder for your enemy. On top of that, the fortified positions get a plus 10% damage and armor buff, which makes sense and makes them the hardest zone to attack. Put your Rockbone tank teams there.
That's going to be a pain in the butt to attack, with Troop Garrison and Medicaid buffing those zones.
Yeah, well, this is War, Alexa, and not a walk in the park.
Unless you're a World Eater.
Fair. Moving on. We get more Onslaught levels, more Salvage levels, the final Mirror Same-Hand zone.
So Malgan Ra is now grindable in the campaign.
And the first Elite Same-Hand zone. You want to clear those on a Saturday for the double gold from the one-time rewards. And keep in mind to stack up on energy before you clear the bosses. Elite Thoth gives you a mission to win 30 games with all Xeno teams and kill 200 units with Xenos. And Mogan Ra gives you one to win 40 games and kill 300 units with the Thousand Suns. Also, the Thousand Suns Elite unit is an Occult Scarab Terminator, which basically is a Thoth without his active and without his regeneration, but who resurrects to full HP when first killed, as long as you don't step on the ghost first.
And there's also a new World Eater with his hero release event incoming, one Mesa Bloodgrin, a Jackal Dishonored. No idea who that is, but he sounds like a reasonable and well-adjusted lad.
Now, Events in the new Battle Pass season. The second run of Vitruvius's legendary release event.
We'll update our team's video for Vitruvius. I promise.
Asmodee's quest.
That's a clever move from Snowprint. Let people play with him to showcase how awesome he is so that more people buy him. You play dirty, noble knight.
And the Rask's quest. Again, I'll try to put up videos on them ASAP. Next, some quality of life improvements.
Aren't you forgetting something?
No.
Are you sure?
Positive. I'm not forgetting the tournaments. I'm ignoring them.
Oh.
So, next, some quality of life improvements for the Guild Wars.
The interface changes sound good, because the level selection and zone placement functionalities were really unintuitive without an in-game tutorial.
And the arena downtime will be shortened from 60 to 30 minutes. Does anyone expect that to work correctly the first time already? Then, raid boss stuff. The adjutant mini-bosses
Gibberscraps, Tank Smosher, Rockbone and Corrodius
lose their 1% of the current HP per each attack taken mechanic, which will now be changed to lose a flat amount of HP and limited to 15 times per turn. I guess Snowprint don't want us to two-shot Rockbone and Gibberscraps with a well-coordinated combo strike anymore. Sucks. On the upside, the VTP will now take extra 20% damage from being turned to KFC, so that's something. Now, something really fun. Shop crates.
Assuming the ones you buy with your hard-earned real-life cash, but it's worded ambiguously and could mean the free daily chest.
Are going to contain more badges and XP books, increasing their value. Buy more shit to shit bigger shits on other guilds in Guild Wars, people!
I'll take over for a bit, while Cal recovers a little. Next, shards in shops rotation, and, what the grot? Typhus will replace Nile in the Rogue Trader with the next Battle Pass, for the duration of one Battle Pass, and then he gets replaced by Shadow Sun. If that is correct information, there probably won't be enough time to buy Typhus even if you have the 2000 Archaeotech required. And that's still heavy well territory. Has anyone told Snowprint they can simply add deals to the shops rather than replace them? Also, Deathleaper will be replacing Malgan Ra in the War Shop, which kinda makes sense, unless it's also for one Battle Pass only. Oh, and Nile will be replacing Ulf in the War Shop, so if you're one of the players buying him for Archaeotech, you aren't completely screwed. Boss, you good now?
No, but let's continue anyway. Next up, some upgrade locations in the various campaigns have been reshuffled again, and finally, some bugs have been supposedly squashed. Most importantly, some intraversible hexes or paths in Samhan and in the raids have been made traversable. Probably a good thing? And the artillery and AA zones in the Guild Wars should now reliably be buffing their own zone as well. And I think that's everything, so thanks for watching and I'll see you on the battlefield, Tactician.
No, it isn't.
But I haven't skipped anything important.
You have. Your loyal fans are waiting for it, don't disappoint them now.
What are you talking about?
You know. The thing. Your thing.
I'm not showing them my thing! Oh, wait. Right.